Jim, we've heard from a few players at this point, both players who are currently Astros and players who have since moved on, and they've apologized, and none of them have said, I didn't realize at the time it was wrong. They all knew it was wrong at the time. So I guess what I don't totally understand is why you're so willing to absolve them. I mean, of course, yes, the leadership didn't stop it, but they didn't stop a thing that the players were doing that was already wrong, that they knew was wrong. So I guess I'm wondering why you feel that's okay.
Listen, again, I'll refer to the commissioner's report. I think he's taken a position, and I agree with it, that, you know, the players weren't going to be held accountable. The leaders were held accountable, and that's where we're going to leave it.
Sure, but that's a logistical issue from his standpoint, that you can't punish the entire team. From the commissioner's office, I mean, the Astros have to be able to field the team this year. From your perspective, why don't you want to do more yourself as the leader of this team?
Well, I think I've done just about everything I can. I mean, when the commissioner suspended the people, I fired them.
But again, that's the leaders. I'm asking about the players.
Well, you know, the commissioner has dealt with the players, and I stand behind his decision. I'm not trying to hide behind the decision. I agree with the decision. So we're not going to do anything to the players.
Okay.
Okay, Joel right here, and then Marley.
Jim, you and the others who are associated with the 2017 team have suggested that the championship isn't tainted, that you would have won it anyway. This was not a scheme that was done one day or one time. It was done hundreds and hundreds of times, and there was an attempt to do it in the 2018 season, which suggests that you guys believed it was working at a very high level. Doesn't that suggest you impacted lots and lots of games, and if you impacted lots and lots of games, won a championship because of it?
It's a fair question. I've stated, you know, where the commissioner stands on this. I've stated where I stand on this. Your question, you could make that assumption very clearly. Everybody would kind of make that assumption. To determine the effect and the cause is, in my opinion, almost impossible. So, again, we've dealt with it. We've said we're sorry. We're moving forward, and we're going to play some baseball this year.
Okay, last two. We got Jeff and then Marley.
Jim, considering that this happened on your watch while you were owner the first time, what makes you so confident in saying this will not happen on my watch?
Well, first of all, we'll have better controls in place. I think baseball will have better controls in place. As Dusty said, the technology got very close to the dugout. That could have been part of the reason. Listen, I don't go down to the locker room very often. I'm not involved in that operation. The people I put in charge of that operation, I'll make sure that I have someone that's accountable moving forward, and we'll be checking constantly. And we'll have controls in place to make sure it doesn't happen again. And again, if I'd have known about it, I'd have done something about it. But I'm not in the locker room. I'm not down in the dugout. So it was very difficult, and I didn't know about it until November, just like you guys. So that's where we'll leave it.
Okay, last one, Marley.
Jim, sign stealing is a distinct advantage for the hitter. So how is it that it doesn't affect competition? So then what are you guys apologizing for?
We're apologizing because we broke the rules.
But isn't sign stealing a distinct advantage for the hitter? So doesn't it automatically impact competition?
It could possibly do that. It could possibly not.
Okay, guys, we're going to wrap up. Thank you, Dusty. Thank you, Jim.